What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning. It is currently 6 a.m. my time. I'm just going to go ahead and make this video on why you need to stop using your thumbs for playing with a screen to actually using those thumbs in your body to make money and to improve your life. So that's why I'm making this video on why quitting video games is crucial to your success and how video games hold you back from achieving your full potential. So I'll kind of go over my experience with video games real quick. I was playing games ever since I could remember, and I stopped playing sometime last year at some point when I think before I came to Thailand. I stopped entirely. I sold my PC and got this laptop, so I haven't really downloaded any games on here yet. Never did I understand in the past that I was wasting valuable time on video games when instead I could have been bettering myself or learning new skills that would have increased my income to this day. And from all the money I spent on video games, I would definitely have at least 10,000 right now just saved up. And from all the time I spent moving my fingers and thumbs, I could have at least tried to better myself or started developing myself even more. Either learning new skills, going to the gym, reading and gaining knowledge. There's really so many options that you could do besides playing video games. Even networking with better people that don't play video games that would have pushed you to new limits and upgrade your life. But throughout my life, all my friends played video games, so I thought it was okay, just to play with them. Just whenever I had free time, just hop on with them, beat a few games, try to win Fortnite, whatever it was. But now all of those same friends are still in the same place in life, working at Walmart, either stuck in college, or they're just kind of clueless on what they want to do in life. And just looking back on it, I could have done so many better things besides playing video games. So that's why I wanted to make this video, to make sure that you kind of take a little insight on your life right now and to see if video games is worth wasting your life over. So I'll kind of go over the improvement of video games and how they keep getting better and better. Video games keep getting more and more realistic. The graphics keep increasing, which means at one point, video games will be more appealing than reality itself. Like right now, you can do anything and everything that you can do in real life in a video game. Like let's take GTA 6. GTA 6, it comes out like next year. In that game where you can do everything in real life and the graphics will be so insane, it'll be crazy. And now you can wear glasses that literally take you to a new reality. Like this guy on the bus right here. Let's look at him real quick. He probably doesn't even know he's on a bus. He's just kind of escaping in that little headset of his, just doing whatever it is he's doing. That's pretty insane to me. Like imagine 10 years down the line, everyone's going to be wearing those glasses. No one's going to be paying attention to reality anymore. Everyone's just going to be in their own little world. Like the Apple Vision Pro and the Meta Quest 3 are both examples of what's to come. They're just kind of examples of what's going on now and what's kind of coming in the future. But it's all just a fake world that can be taken away if you run out of power. If you run out of batteries, it'll be back to reality again, and those people will be very disappointed in their actual lives. You will never get any lifelong fulfillment out of a video game. You might get some quick dopamine hits that don't really matter, You won't really attain anything after beating like a level in a game. You might feel really good. Your friends have worked really hard on the level, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter at all. So let's discuss the future of gaming. Like I was saying, games will be so realistic you can't tell any difference from reality, and they'll just be another world to live in. You won't even remember that you were living in a box while you're playing. You could be homeless just playing this video game because it's all you have. But when you finally take off the headset and return to reality, you'll be very disappointed. Realizing you don't have that 10 out of 10 supermodel from the game will be depressing. You'll just have that little cat that lives beside your box. That's the only company you really have. And knowing you have to go beg for some money for a small fry at McDonald's will be really depressing as well, because the only job you have is playing the video game, and you make a lot of money in the video game but not in real life, which will be very disappointing when you take that headset off. So it will be a depressing world that we are moving towards for a lot of people, but for the few that are trying to win in real life in the future, it will keep getting easier because the competition will keep getting thinner and thinner, because people will just keep shifting to this new reality of video games. So, as you know and I know, gaming creates weak men. When you're gaming, what struggles are you actually going through? You ran out of health maybe, no more time left, you didn't pass the level, you didn't win the game. These are all just false illusions of hardships. You don't really go through anything hard in reality because your body and your mind is still very safe, but you're just feeling the hardship from the video game. Like you're low on health, so you're like kind of panicking, but you're not really low on health in reality, so you're not panicking as much. So these aren't things that you actually experience. They're just like false experiences that you gain from pixels. Your kids will not be proud of you and your gaming skills when they are homeless. You will never gain full character development from a video game. You need to gain the actual experience from experiencing hardships in reality. All of this will just kind of create men with no real character or resilience to actually get through tough times in reality. Like you might be able to pass the level after some hard times in a video game, but if hard stuff comes to you in real life, you won't be able to kind of get past it because you have no kind of skills to be able to do that. So, this is what I've kind of learned, that gaming drains your wallet. You're literally paying someone to change the colors of the pixels on your screen. Nothing more, nothing less. When you buy a video game or a skin for your gun in a game, that money is literally burned. Let's say a game is worth like $60. They keep increasing the price, I know. You saw your friends were playing and decided to buy it just so you can join them and join in on the fun. But you just burned time away from your life if you work at Walmart for $15 an hour. Imagine. 4 hours at Walmart. Would you do that to spend some time on a game where it's just a bunch of pixels? That's 4 hours of your life just disappeared. That's 4 hours of your bought life erased from existence to play with some pixels for a short amount of time. Saving or investing in yourself or investments in general is a much better option to spend that $60 other than just spending it on wasting more of your time. Because you're already wasting 4 hours of your life at Walmart. Then you're wasting countless more hours on that video game you just wasted that 4 hours at Walmart on. So it just doesn't make sense. But video games is definitely not the worst thing in the world to do. They aren't the worst habit at all. You could be doing drugs, watching porn, doom scrolling. There's a bunch of other things that are a lot worse than video games. So if you actually love video games, then make sure you take care of yourself first and to set up your future. Your responsibilities always come first and your entertainment comes last. Make sure you're leveling up yourself before leveling up your character in the video game. Take care of what you need to do today that will set you apart from the rest for your future. I would recommend never spending more than you do on working on yourself on video games. Like, let's just say if you spend 1 hour improving your life for that day, you should only game for 30 minutes or less, and just use that kind of equation to see how much time you have playing that video game. But I would recommend cutting out until you are where you want to be in the real life before you start gaming again. That's kind of my goal. I did kind of enjoy video games, but I was not where I wanted to be at all in real life. So I just cut them out entirely until I want to be where I want to be at in life. So maybe I'll pick up the controller again. Maybe I'll download it on a PC in the future. But after I get to where I want to be in life. You really have responsibilities in this life if you like it or not, especially if you're a man. Video games will always be there. They're immortal. They're not going to die. They're not going to go anywhere. They don't have a limited time like you in this life. Your life is fleeting away 1 minute at a time, and you don't have all the time in the world to do it. Will you waste it staring at pixels that give you no ROI? When you're playing video games, you're not getting money back unless you're like a pro streamer or something. You have a future to prepare for, a family and kids that are depending on you at this exact point in time. Are you going to let them down by playing video games all the time, just wasting your life away? I don't think so. You need to just gamify your life instead. Right now, you're sad and depressed, living in a fake world in a fake reality, just staring at pixels all the time. You need to pretend that your life is a video game instead. You have stats, money, cars, houses, fast travel, and a very big map to play with. So reality isn't boring at all. You just need to upgrade your real life character as much as possible to achieve all those things. Like going to the gym to increase your strength and reputation, making a lot of money to gain more power and experience to be able to travel the world, getting all the girls to increase your happiness level and respect, and then of course travel the world to unlock new maps and gain wisdom. That's definitely the best part in my opinion. So, let's talk about climbing up the leaderboard. Like in video games, you have a leaderboard to see who's the best at that certain game. It's the same with life. You need to find 3 men to look up to that are ahead of you. One being at the very top of the leaderboard that's tons of steps ahead of you. One guy being halfway there, like he's not at the very top, but he's not at the bottom at all either. He's like halfway there. And then 1 being only a few steps ahead of you. Someone who's like 2 or 3 steps ahead of you, you should have 1 there. So then after that, you need to level up yourself until you start passing them and climbing up the leaderboard. Then after you pass those 3 people, reassess the leaderboard and find 3 new people to look up to and to pass. Repeat this until you are number 1 in the world at the game of life. That's pretty much the gist of the video, guys. You need to gamify your life. Stop playing these video games. Stop wasting your time. Find something that actually benefits you in the real life and start chasing after that. Better yourself instead of bettering your video game character. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow.